We're told to want it more, to dream bigger, to manifest abundance. But what if wealth doesn't care how much you desire it? What if wealth only obeys order? Not your wishes, not your fantasies, not your mood boards. Think about the people you know who hustle hard, talk about money constantly, maybe even read self-help books, yet their bank account never really changes. Then think about that quiet person who doesn't brag, doesn't post, but has a simple budget, a consistent plan, and slowly stacks assets year after year. Same world, same economy, very different results. In this video, we're going to break down why wealth is attracted to structure, systems, and discipline, and actively repelled by chaos, impulse, and desperation. If you've ever felt like you're trying hard but getting nowhere financially, stay with me. By the end, you'll see exactly why desire is cheap and order is expensive but worth it. Before we dive in, let's clear something up. Desire does matter. It's the spark. But a spark without structure just burns out. Order is what turns that spark into a controlled fire that actually cooks your food instead of burning down your house. In this video, we'll unpack the idea that money behaves like a disciplined employee, not a romantic partner. It doesn't care how you feel. It follows systems, routines, and rules. We'll talk about mental models, practical strategies, and specific examples you can use to bring more order to your finances and your life. If you're serious about leveling up your wealth mindset, you'll want to watch this until the end, because the final segments will give you a clear action plan. And if this kind of deep practical breakdown is your thing, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss the next episodes we have coming. Let's start with a simple principle. Wealth is a system outcome, not an emotional outcome. You don't get wealthy because you feel rich or because you crave money. You get wealthy as a side effect of building and following ordered systems that produce surplus over time. Think of a farm. You can want crops all you like. You can sit in the field and visualize abundance. Nothing happens until you impose order, plowing rows, planting seeds at the right depth, watering consistently, protecting from pests, harvesting on schedule. Money works the same way. Income is just one part. You also need rules for spending, saving, investing, and protecting your capital. When these pieces operate in a predictable, repeatable way, wealth begins to accumulate almost as a byproduct. So as we go through this video, keep asking, where is there order in my financial life, and where is there just hope? Why does desire feel so powerful, yet produce so little by itself? Because desire is cheap. Almost everyone wants more money. Desire is abundant, order is scarce. Desire is emotional, immediate, and loud. It spikes when you see a luxury car, someone posting a big win, or a lifestyle you crave. But after that spike fades, the question is, what structure caught that energy? Is there a budget, a savings rule, a habit, a calendar block, a system? Order, by contrast, is quiet and unglamorous. It's tracking your expenses when you're tired. It's saying no to random temptations because it's not in the plan. It's automating transfers every month even when no one's watching. In the short term, desire feels more exciting than order. In the long term, order turns into freedom, while desire without structure turns into anxiety and regret. Wealth obeys the boring stuff, not the fantasies. So the game isn't to want more, it's to organize better. Let's talk about one of the most powerful forms of order: clear rules. Wealthy people rarely wing it with money. They use simple, predefined rules that remove emotion from daily decisions. For example, save 20% of every paycheck no matter what, or never carry credit card debt, or invest monthly into broad index funds automatically. These are not wishes, they're laws in their personal universe. Desire says, I'll save extra when I feel motivated. Order says, the transfer happens on the first of every month, whether I feel like it or not. Start small. Create 2 or 3 non-negotiable money rules for yourself. They should be clear, measurable, and hard to break. Over time, these rules form a kind of financial gravity that keeps your wealth trajectory stable even when life gets chaotic. Remember, Every rule you actually follow becomes a piece of invisible infrastructure holding your wealth in place. Another layer of order is automation. Wealth loves systems that run the same way every time without you needing willpower. The more you rely on motivation, the more fragile your finances are. When your savings, investments, and bill payments are automated, you've created a financial assembly line. Money flows where it needs to go before you have the chance to impulse spend it. For example, your paycheck lands. Immediately, a fixed percentage moves to savings, another to investments. Bills get paid automatically. What's left is your guilt-free spending money. You've turned chaos into a structured flow. This doesn't require you to be a disciplined person every day. It requires you to be disciplined once when you design the system. Ask yourself, how much of my financial life depends on me remembering or trying, and how much is wired into automatic behavior? The closer you get to full automation, the more your wealth compounds silently in the background. Wealth doesn't just obey external order, it also obeys internal order, your ability to regulate impulses. Without self-control, no system survives contact with your emotions. Impulse is when you see something, feel a spike, and act before thinking. Flash sales, random subscriptions, upgrades you don't need. Each impulse is a tiny act of financial vandalism against the structure you're trying to build. Order, internally, looks like a pause, a 24-hour rule before big purchases, a monthly money meeting with yourself where you review, reflect, and adjust. A simple question: will I still care about this in 6 months? Desire says, I deserve this now. Order says, I deserve long-term options more. If you struggle with this, shrink the battlefield. Delete save cards from shopping sites. Turn off most notifications. Keep your spending money in a separate account so your core capital is harder to touch. Self-control is the software that lets your financial hardware actually work. Let's zoom out beyond personal finance. Wealth also obeys order in your time and skills. Your earning power comes from how well organized your attention and learning are. Two people can work the same job, same hours, same pay. One goes home, scrolls aimlessly, complains, and wants more money. The other goes home, follows a study plan, builds a portfolio, learns valuable skills, and intentionally positions themselves for better opportunities. Over 5 years, their trajectories diverge wildly, not because one wanted it more, but because one imposed more order on their time. Create a simple weekly structure. Specific hours for learning, for deep work, for networking, for rest. Decide in advance what skill you're compounding this quarter. Don't chase 10 things. Choose one or two and organize your calendar around them. Wealth tends to flow to people who consistently increase their value. Increasing your value is a function of ordered practice, not random enthusiasm. Here's a hard truth. Financial chaos is rarely an accident. It's usually the logical result of disordered priorities. When everything feels urgent, nothing is truly important. Order starts with a clear hierarchy: essentials, security, growth, then lifestyle. That means first, cover your basic living needs. Second, build an emergency fund. Third, invest in assets and skills. Only then do you expand lifestyle spending. Desire flips this hierarchy. It says, upgrade lifestyle now, secure the basics later. That's how people end up with nice cars and no savings, designer clothes and constant anxiety. If your money is always tight, map your spending to this hierarchy. Where are you putting lifestyle ahead of security and growth? Where are you signaling wealth instead of building it? Reordering your priorities can feel like going backwards socially, but financially, it's like turning the ship 180 degrees. You move from impressing strangers to actually protecting your future self. We also need to talk about environment. Order is not just about willpower, it's about architecture. Your surroundings either make good financial behavior easy or hard. If your email is full of sale alerts, your social feed is pure flex culture, and your friends normalize debt and impulsive spending, you're swimming upstream. Wealth is trying to follow order, but your environment is broadcasting chaos. Design your environment to support your goals. Unsubscribe from most marketing emails. Curate your feeds toward education, long-term thinking, and people who live below their means. Keep visual reminders of your priorities where you see them daily, like a net worth tracker, a debt payoff chart, or a simple goal statement. Order your physical space too. A cluttered desk and random bills everywhere send a message to your brain. We're disorganized. Tidy spaces make it easier to sit down, review finances, and think clearly. You don't rise above your environment, you're shaped by it. Another key idea: wealth amplifies your existing order or your existing chaos. Money is a multiplier, not a savior. If your systems are broken at small numbers, more income often just scales the dysfunction. Someone who can't manage $2,000 a month usually struggles even more at $20,000. More subscriptions, bigger impulsive purchases, higher stakes mistakes. The zeros change, the habits don't. That's why it's crucial to build order before big jumps in income. Practice living below your means now. Practice consistent investing now. Practice saying no now. Then, when more money arrives, it naturally flows into your existing structure instead of evaporating. This is good news. You don't have to wait for a raise or a windfall to start becoming the type of person wealth obeys. You can practice that identity with whatever numbers you're dealing with today. Ask, if my income doubled tomorrow, what systems would break first? Fix those now. Let's connect this to a deeper mental model: entropy. In physics, systems naturally move toward disorder unless energy is applied to maintain structure. Your finances work the same way. Without deliberate effort, bills pile up, passwords get lost, subscriptions renew, small leaks appear. That's financial entropy. Order requires periodic input, reviewing accounts, cleaning up, simplifying, tightening. A powerful habit is a monthly wealth maintenance session. 1 hour where you check every account, cancel what you don't use, update your budget, log your net worth, and choose one small optimization. This isn't about perfection, it's about regularly reversing the slide into chaos. Over time, this rhythm makes you feel in control, even if your numbers aren't where you want them yet. Wealth starts as a feeling of clarity and predictability long before it shows up as big numbers. Entropy is automatic. Order is intentional. Which force is currently stronger in your financial life? Now, how do you actually build this order step by step? Think in layers instead of trying to fix everything at once. Layer 1, visibility. Track every dollar for 1 month. No judgment, just data. You can't organize what you can't see. Layer 2, boundaries. Create a simple budget with fixed percentages for essentials, saving, investing, and fun. Imperfect is fine. Consistent is what matters. Layer 3, automation. Set up automatic transfers for savings, investments, and bills. Aim to make doing the right thing the default. Layer 4, optimization. Once the basics are stable, look at fees, interest rates, taxes, and skill-building opportunities. Small improvements here compound massively. At each layer, notice how less emotional your relationship with money becomes. You're not relying on desire to drag you forward. You've built rails that guide you almost automatically. This is what it means when we say wealth obeys order. You create a structured path, and money simply follows it. Let's distill everything we've covered into a few core truths you can carry with you. First, wealth is a system outcome. It doesn't respond to how intensely you want it, but to how consistently you apply structure to your money, time, and skills. Second, desire is cheap, order is rare. Almost everyone dreams of more. Few people are willing to build rules, habits, and environments that support those dreams. Third, automation and discipline beat motivation. Design systems that work on autopilot so your worst days don't erase your best intentions. Fourth, internal order, self-control, delayed gratification, clear priorities is the gatekeeper. Without it, even good systems get sabotaged. Fifth, you can start at any income level. Practicing order with small numbers trains you to handle bigger ones. If you remember nothing else, remember this sentence. Wealth obeys order, not desire. Whenever you feel stuck, ask, what piece of order is missing here? Then build that. Now it's your turn to move from theory to practice. First, pick one area to bring order to this week: tracking expenses, automating a small savings transfer, or scheduling a monthly money review. Don't wait for motivation, just design the structure and commit. Second, audit your environment. Unfollow 3 accounts that trigger unhealthy financial comparison. Remove one source of constant temptation. Add one visual reminder of your long-term goals. Third, write down 2 or 3 personal money rules. Keep them simple and realistic. Follow them for 30 days and watch how different your decisions feel. If this video helped you see money in a new way, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss future deep dives like this. Comment below with the one piece of order you're going to implement first. It might inspire someone else. Remember, you don't need to want it more. You need to organize better. Start today with what's in your hands.